And a tragic ending to this story. The U.S. Coast Guard saying tonight that all 5 people on board that missing submersible are now dead. Joining me to explain what exactly happened is Barry Lipsky, an experienced public safety diver and the president of the Long Island Divers Association. Barry, thank you for staying up with us late tonight.
You're very welcome. Good evening.
Yeah. Today we learned that there was a, quote, catastrophic implosion on that vessel. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, the United States Coast Guard basically designated the situation that happened out there underneath the Titanic as a catastrophic implosion, which means the sub itself collapsed within itself, as opposed to an explosion where it would expand and break apart in that type of fashion. There's a lot of things that have to be considered in order to actually create that kind of an implosion. There's a lot of things that we're dealing with here that are really titled underneath the word pressure. There's a tremendous amount of pressure at the depth of where the Titanic lies and where the sub was headed to. If we take, for example, where we're sitting here today on Earth, we have a pressure around us of 14 psi. Underneath the water at 12,000 feet, we have approximately 6,000 psi. And the sub that was going down there was almost to the bottom, they feel, at about 6,000 psi. But also inside that sub, the pressure inside was the same as where it is right now, where you and I are sitting, at 14 psi. So the outside is 6,000 psi, the inside is 14. So basically you have 400 times the pressure outside as you have on the inside. The tiniest little crack or hole that may and probably occurred on the submarine itself would cause a catastrophic implosion that would open up the sub in like a zipper type of form, and immediately in nanoseconds would destroy and vaporize. And the United States Coast Guard believes that that is what happened underwater over there.
The Coast Guard says several parts of that vessel were actually found near the Titanic wreckage. What's next in terms of trying to recover parts of the vessel?
Well, they did indicate that the nosing of the sub was separate. Now, there's a reason for that, because it probably dislocated right away. And it may also be, I'm not sure, made of a different kind of material. The carbon fiber type of material was a composite that the sub itself is made of. And that in itself will destroy itself. Whereas the nosing and possibly even the hatch, if they find that, may be intact, because that may have separated from the actual hull of the sub immediately upon the implosion. So they're going to have debris that's out there. The sizes and everything all need to be determined. And whether or not they want to try to retrieve that and bring it back to the surface, of course, is up to them.
Now, as an experienced diver, talk about what it's like to respond to a situation like this.
Yeah, I'm a public safety diver for the fire department. So when we get called, it's for a dive call, it's never a good thing, because we're looking for somebody or somebodies. And, we have to put a tremendous amount of focus onto what we're about to do. We're not really sure where we're going or what time of the day or what time of the night we're going on. So there's a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety we're going through. And I'm sure that everybody on the rescue operation, whether they're individual or team members, were going through the same thing. We have to focus and try to determine who it is we're looking for or who we're looking for. And then also we have to make a determination as to how we're going to handle ourselves, knowing that the families are watching us. The families are watching us because they know that there's absolutely nothing they could do, but they look at us and go, you're the ones that we know are the only ones that could do something for us. And that puts a lot of stress on us, a tremendous amount of stress. I've been standing next to families too often that are looking at us and saying, we know that you're the only one that could do something to bring them back to us. And sometimes they already know what is going to be the results, but they still want us to bring back what we can bring back.
And very briefly, because we're running out of time, but you were involved with a big rescue with people in Thailand. Am I correct?
Just very briefly, I work for Lifeguard Systems. The Lifeguard Systems owner, Butch Hendrick, was involved with the Australian medical team. They were trying to get the full face masks on children that were made for adults. Once they put the mask on, if it leaked, when they brought the children out, they would have drowned. But that's a case there where the divers who I spoke to directly that were actually bringing the children out, they really didn't think that any of the children be able to get out alive. But in that particular case, as everybody knows, they brought out every single one of those children alive and well.
All right.
So you're never gone.
All right. Barry Lipsky, president of the Long Island Divers Association. Thanks for spending some time with us tonight.
You're very welcome.
All right, turning to other news, everyone. Governor Kathy Hochul was in the city today to announce the results of a crackdown on illegal marijuana shops. A new, more